Hey guys, Steven here, and today I have a video review for the Kill It pre-workout from 5% Nutrition. 5% Nutrition, if you don't know, is owned by Rich Piana. He's a YouTube star, he's a bodybuilder, he's a business mogul. And what he's really known for is the fact that he's completely transparent with the fact that he takes steroids. And looking at Rich, you're going to automatically know that he takes steroids just because of the way he looks. But he doesn't try and sugarcoat it or tell people that he's not taking steroids. He actually tells you exactly what he's taking, why he takes it, the harmful side effects, the benefits of taking that. He tells you what his cycle with steroids are. But because of that, he's kind of deemed as being highly controversial. And I'm going to put a link to his YouTube page. You can watch some of his stuff. Pre-warning, he does curse a lot, so if that's not your thing, be prepared for that, or just don't watch the videos. And he's actually gotten into some scuffs with other people in the industry and stuff like that. I think as far as the steroids and the knowledge that he has, he is transparent, which you don't really see in the bodybuilding community, and I think that's why a lot of people flock to Rich Piana. Now, he's always been an advocate for making sure that you're getting in whole food, you're actually eating real food and not relying 100% on supplements to get to where you want to be. I think he's also capitalizing on the fact that a lot of people are going to listen to him and they're going to expect that he knows his stuff. So a supplement line is a perfect fit for him. And a lot of bodybuilders are just going that route now. They don't want to sign on with other supplement companies. They want to own everything. They want to make it their own. And so with this, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about not only what's in the product, but what it does for your body. And then after that, I'm going to give my opinion on the product and then kind of my final verdict on whether or not I think it is worth your money. And I will say you can find this on Amazon.com, and it's cheaper than anywhere else I've seen. It ranges from $32 to about $39. So if the link that I give you for that shows it higher, just search around. You might be able to find something a little bit cheaper if you ultimately do want to try this. So let's go ahead and get to what is in the product and what it's doing for your body.
Okay, so first up we just have vitamin B3, 150% of your daily value. We have magnesium creatine chelate. You have that as 72 milligrams. You have sodium, potassium, which is in the raw coconut concentration form. Those are just your electrolytes in there. That's a good touch. After that, though, we have the creatine blend. So you have 1.5 grams, 150 milligrams of this. And the first one, magnesium, as magnesium creatine, chelate creatine. So with this is his actual kind of his own trademark one. It's chelated with magnesium. It just means that basically all of the other harmful heavy metals that might be in there are out. When you chelate that stuff, you're trying to get some of the other heavy metals out to make it a more pure form. All the stuff I looked into, the research really hasn't shown any major differences in the bioavailability of this over creatine monohydrate. So with that, I mean, the creatine blend in general is a nice touch, but I'm assuming with this they are expecting you that you're going to be taking either some of their own other products or other products that have creatine in it. That way you're not getting an insane amount of creatine. After that, you have tri-creatine malate, which is just creatine blended with malic acid. Malic acid comes from, typically you see it in fruits, and it actually is utilized in the Krebs cycle. It helps the body produce energy. And that's another good touch with that. But at 1.5 grams, like I said, it's really just, in my opinion, there so that it's adding to another product that has creatine in it that you might be taking. The NO/endurance blend, 7.45 grams or 7,450 milligrams. What I will say with this that I don't like, and you can find some more information online, is not 100% transparent with what's in this in terms of they're hiding behind proprietary blends somewhat. You can go online, you can find the exact amounts a little bit, but as a consumer, you're going to have to dig through that versus them telling you exactly what's on it. Where, like with the caffeine, they're telling you, hey, there's 250 milligrams on it, but the other stuff they're not. When you read this label, though, what you're going to notice is that the first thing, so for this instance, it's the tricitrulline malate, that's going to have the highest concentration in there. And for Rich's product, there's 3 grams of that, the citrulline malate, which is really half the dose that you see in clinical trials that show a huge benefit in performance. So I do wish that was a little bit higher. If you don't know, citrulline malate is going to convert into arginine. It's going to help reduce fatigue and improve endurance for aerobic and anaerobic exercise. And it's converted into arginine in the kidneys. After that, we're going to have the beta-alanine. Beta-alanine is really giving you that tingly sensation. It helps muscular endurance, and it's really just allowing you to perform a little bit longer. And this is where you're typically seeing a lot of parallels with just other products that are out there. A lot of people are putting all of this same stuff in their product. It's just how much are they actually putting in there is really the question with this. And after that, we have the taurine. With taurine, it's really just to help stimulate your neurotransmitters. It's an antioxidant. They consider it a brain stimulant, so that's in there. I couldn't find the exact dose. Agmatine sulfate, and usually when you see after that, where it's the specific Agma Max, like TM. I mean, they're trying to trademark it, and usually in these instances, what I'm assuming is they've gone out and found somebody that, or a lab or something, or they've been approached by that asked them saying, hey, this is our better product of this, and this is why, and then they basically form a business partnership so that they can put it in their product. After that, N-acetyl L-tyrosine. Now, with this, it's used to produce noradrenaline and dopamine, and it appears to be an anti-stress for acute stressors. So essentially, when you work out, you're under acute stress. So this is going to help combat that. Typically, you want 500 to 2 grams to really experience that result with that. And I can't honestly remember exactly the amount that was in this one with Rich's brand here. 400 milligrams is what he has in his, and I mean, it's lower than what you typically see done in clinical trials. So wish that was just a little bit higher for that. After that, we have creatinol O-phosphate, COP Max, another trademark one for them. Now with this, it's a synthetic analog of creatine that was created as a cardioprotective drug. So it essentially metabolizes into creatinol and not creatine, and allows the muscle to contract beyond normal limit. When I was looking more into this, the studies that I were coming across were older that were talking about this, where it was talking about the muscles being able to contract beyond normal limit. The ones I came across were 79, 80, 84, 81, and then one that was a little bit more current, which was 06. And it essentially prolongs anaerobic glycolysis in the presence of lactic acid. One of the side effects that you can feel with this, though, is dizziness. You can get nauseous and you can get lightheaded. So one of the things to kind of be careful with on this one. There really hasn't been, as far as I could see, an effective dose shown for this either. Next, you have caffeine. You have 250 milligrams of caffeine. Rule of thumb is 1 cup of coffee is 80 milligrams. So, I mean, they're pushing about 3 cups of coffee here. Some other brands have 300 milligrams in it, so this is kind of like a little bit lower than that. But like I said, this is kind of their lighter version of this, because they have another pre-workout that has, I think, 400 milligrams of caffeine in it. It's a little bit more intense, so this is their lighter version. So this is going to be a little bit better for people that are caffeine sensitive or stimulant sensitive. And if you start taking it, what you'll notice is most people start to adapt to that caffeine, so they end up taking scoop and a half, 2 scoops, and we start getting higher and higher on the caffeine mark there. Next, you have L-norvaline. So this is an amino acid. It's actually it's a form of valine, and valine is a branched chain amino acid. And for this one, it actually has an extra hydrogen molecule. So this helps inhibit arginase, which is an enzyme that prevents you from creating more nitric oxide from arginine. So it's basically trying to keep your NO levels higher with this by helping to block that. And then last on this, we have Rhodiola rosea extract, and I couldn't find how much they have on this. With this, though, it's really to help reduce fatigue and improve cognitive function. I've seen this in a handful of other products, but I typically don't see how much of that extract they're putting, and then you don't know the conversion. I mean, how much are you getting in that extract, because it could be a watered down extract. So it can be a little bit misguiding with some of this stuff, and I really wish with this that they would put exactly what's on there, so I don't have to go online and track down the exact amounts of all of this. You're going to know it right off the bat with that. You can go, and I'll put a link to their website also that actually tells you with this. So the L-norvaline, there's 100 milligrams of that in there. With this, you can actually, from what I've seen, get a 60% better pump. But it's the same thing. It can actually make you lightheaded or dizzy or nauseous because of the nitric oxide levels are staying a lot higher with that. And for their agmatine sulfate, they have 750 milligrams. Typically, you're going to see effective dose at 250 to 2.5 grams. So 250 milligrams to 2.5 grams with this. So there's 1,000 milligrams in a gram, just for anybody that might not know. So that one is decent. I do wish the citrulline malate was a little bit higher. The L-norvaline is actually, from what I can tell, a decent amount. The cretinol O-phosphate, I'm not 100% sold on it. I mean, it says it's an acid buffer. It prevents a drop in pH, so you keep pushing that muscle beyond the normal failure range. But stuff like that hasn't been tested as much as it needs to be always makes me a little bit wary. Beta-alanine, I couldn't find how much he had in the product on that, but I do like beta-alanine with that also. So that's what's in the product. That's what it does for you. I hope some of that information helps for anybody that doesn't quite know exactly what is there. And then now we're going to go ahead and cut, and I'm going to give my final thoughts and final verdict on whether or not this product is worth your $40.
So, is this worth your money? I think it is a decent entry-level, standard, kind of you're going to find this anywhere else type of pre-workout. There's nothing really in here that just screams out to me as being special or differentiating itself from anything else that's out there that you might find within the same price range. I'm still a huge advocate for Jim Stepani's pre-workout pre-gym, and so far the only thing that's been able to come close is Kai Green's Savage Roar. I would say next would probably be the Kill It brand. I usually take a scoop and a half of this just because I do want to see more of the citrulline malate in there. And these levels are just a little bit low, and the fact that it's not a proprietary, or it is a proprietary blend, and I have to search for what exactly is in this level-wise, is kind of not appealing for me, because I want to know right off the bat what is in the product. But I did want to give his brand a try. It's decent. It's not my top pick. I got the fruit punch. It does taste good. I will say that. It doesn't taste horrible like some other ones I've tried out on the market. And with this, you're still getting the same stuff as far as the other ingredients that I don't like to see, but I haven't seen a shift towards there. Now, Jim Stepani has started using stevia, I think, with one or two of his products, his pre and his post workouts. This, we still have sucralose, so we still have sweet and low, synthetic sweetener, and you're still using the dyes in this. So it does give the warning on here, though, with some of these that, and I do like this fact that it says if you're taking an MAOI inhibitor, so if you're on a certain antidepressant, don't take this, okay? So it has that warning on here. I do like that. I think this product will probably shift. I think over time a lot of more companies are going to be shifting. This is better than what you saw a couple years ago. They're getting a little bit more in tune with what's going on with the science behind that. Next step, I hope, for his brand is moving away from the proprietary blends, increasing some of these amounts. And I usually look for the size, right? This is a smaller size container. You're getting 30 servings with it, so it's a small dose, which usually lets me know that there's not a lot, because the scooper is small also. It lets me know that there's not a lot, right, to what's in this. That's not very big. And that's why you ultimately end up taking 1.5, 2 servings of this stuff, when I can take one pre-gym and I'm good to go, right? So, decent. I would definitely say try it. I mean, what's the worst that can happen with this, because it is a decent product. Some people out there might not like it, but like I said it was 40. I bought it for $40. You can find this from 32-ish up to 40 on Amazon. So like I said, if I put the link in there and it's higher, right? Search around a little bit, you should find it for a little bit cheaper. So I want to hear from you guys though. So my final verdict on this, I'm gonna say, if I had to give it a rating like F to A, I would say this is a good B. I mean, this is a solid B. It's not an A like Pre-Gym or Savage Roar, but it's a decent B. And with this, I want to hear from you guys. I know he has a huge following, and a lot of those guys are going to be huge advocates for the product. So I want to hear what your thoughts are on it. If you like it, if you're doing it in combination, because I bought more of his products and I've been trying those also, his branched chain amino acid supplement and his nitric oxide boost supplement. And that's really where you start to see more benefits, is when you're layering on some of that stuff. And I think that's where his product line is kind of shifted more towards, is that you're going to want to really take these things in combination. You almost want to, you're kind of forced to do their stack to get the maximum benefit, because they rely on each other to kind of fill in certain spots. So if you're just taking it in isolation, you're getting small amounts of the stuff. If you take them all together, you're really getting those more clinical high dosages of the stuff that's in there. So I want to thank you guys for watching. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see more of these. Keep updated and check back, because I'm going to be doing those other reviews in the coming weeks on the nitric oxide boost one, and then the branched chain amino acid one, which has an insane amount of I think isoleucine in there. So check back for those, and thanks for watching, guys.